That's unclear to me how Dracula ever builds the castle.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to A Conversation with Colin. I'm Greg, and this is my roommate, Colin. Now, sometimes Colin says crazy stuff. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I reach into my random topic pile, pull one out, toss it at him, and we talk it out for your amusement. If you like that, like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to us here on YouTube. Colin, are you ready?
Yes.
Today's topic of conversation is, if Colin were a vampire, what would he do with all his time? This is from @ProtoMelvin. This sounds like the perfect situation for you. You get to live forever. You could read every book. You could do whatever. What do you want to do? You could write. You could just be out there.
I would try to reproduce in every way the life of Dracula in Castlevania.
What? I did not expect that one.
So we got to think about Castlevania as being the ultimate Dracula story. I don't want to hear anything about Bram Stoker. I don't want to hear anything about Interview with the Vampire. I don't want to hear any of that kind of shit.
Okay.
Twilight. I don't even know what the fuck goes on in Twilight.
Dracula.
I don't know what the fuck's going on in Twilight.
Twilight's
There's some vampires,
Twilight's
correct?
the love story of my generation.
God bless you, Greg. But Castlevania.
Okay.
This guy lives in this awesome castle, right? Filled with thousands of minions that just do his bidding, right? Bosses that are in these rooms, you have no idea how they even got there. And he's just kind of hanging out in the top turret of the castle, just waiting for you. And you're probably not going to get there because the game's really hard.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get there probably because I'm really good at the game.
You know where all the secret stairs are.
Right. There's so many secret stairs in Castlevania.
You have to crouch at one point to make something appear.
Yep, in Castlevania 2, very good.
Yeah.
Tornado comes and takes you. So that would be it. I would reproduce Castlevania trilogy on NES.
Okay, well, how does that? I mean, so how are you going to make the money to build the castle? Are you just going to kill somebody and take their castle?
That's unclear to me how Dracula ever builds the castle.
This is the prequel. Maybe actually Castlevania is, the real story, but this is the prequel. Maybe you are Dracula. This is what Proto-Melvin wants to know. How are you going to spend all this time? So we know your goal is the castle filled with dungeons and crazy people.
Right. So my assumption, right? This is an Eastern European tale, right? Based on Vlad the Impaler. And presumably, he was a lord of land, right? And he had serfs, right?
Sure.
And things of this nature. And he had some, stonemasons and some artisans kind of building his castle for him. So I'd assume this took a long time, right? He was immortal, so it didn't really matter how long it took. Probably took generations of people. The stonemason and the stonemason's son and the stonemason's son's son.
You're missing Proto-Melvin's question. Right now, you become a vampire.
Right.
Your goal is the castle in Castlevania.
Right.
Are you playing the stock market? What are you doing?
So I have... Oh, all right.
How are you divesting your money?
I understand. So this is the point I missed. So today I'm a vampire.
Yes. Are you turning your girlfriend? Are you bringing her with you?
No. Well, if she wants to be turned, I'll turn her.
Okay.
But no, I would buy a huge lot of land in, let's say, Romania or the Ukraine.
Okay.
And
so you wouldn't do it in Utah? You wouldn't stay local?
No. I want to be the real deal, Greg.
Oh, sorry.
I want to be the real deal. This is an Eastern European tale.
Okay.
Of mysticism and intrigue.
Sure.
And I would buy the finest quarry, the finest stone quarry, with money that I made illegally.
Okay.
In nefarious drug enterprise that I would run.
Okay.
In the Caribbean, specifically.
How are you? You're flying like a bat, I guess.
Right, I can turn it back and turn a mist.
Okay.
So I would then use this money that I gained from my illegal Caribbean drug trade to purchase the land in the Ukraine or Romania in the middle of the woods. And then I would pay an entire village of stonemasons and just people that just need work to build this castle.
Okay.
And
some untrained workers probably in there.
Right, some untrained some untrained workers, so you gotta have some trained, stone masons and things of this nature. Now the big issue comes from where I'm gonna get all the enemies from, right? This is a huge problem, and I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question yet, but I have immortality. So as long as I just stick with it, presumably, see, I'm already in Eastern Europe. I can somehow go to Chernobyl, right? I can bring all sorts of normal people and animals there and just lock them in Chernobyl for
as long as it takes
15 or 20 years, go back and see what happened to them.
Yeah.
Bring them back to the castle and then strategically lay them out in such a way. Now, this is the thing that I have to really pay attention to. It must be easy at first and get harder and harder.
Right.
So I have to put the enemies the one-hit zombies and the Medusa heads in the beginning.
The Chernobyl babies that just didn't cook right.
Right, exactly. They're just kind of there for a Belmont to just fucking whip.
Yeah.
And then when we get midway, then we have the Axe Knights, and we have some difficult creatures, the dragon heads, and all these kinds of things. And then towards the end, we kind of just throw everything into the mix. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on my throne drinking wine, and we take the biggest abominations that we leave in Chernobyl, and we put them into the different stages.
Here's the question I have: do you think, since we're living the prequel right now to Castlevania, is the Belmont that'll come kill you a descendant of Veronica Belmont now? Like, is there some thread right now we have to do where like you wrong her after you become a vampire?
It's possible. What I'm most confused about is it's the prequel to Castlevania,
right,
that takes place hundreds of years after Castlevania.
Well, we're reimagining it.
Right.
This is like a Michael Bay Castlevania,
right?
Or whatever.
Right.
I mean, this is the new one. And who is to say how time works?
Because the prequel to Castlevania is Castlevania 3.
Sure, but I'm just saying for right now. I mean, you don't have to take this. Our lives is canon. I'm just saying this is what you're building to.
Yes. This is what I want. Okay. This is my vampire story. Based 100% on Konami's Castlevania.
All right.
Done.
Well, that was a good conversation. Thank you very much, Proto Melvin. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to see Colin talk about? Let us know in the comments below. Then make sure you like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Colin, thank you for your time. You guys have a conversational day.